Anyways, anywho, how are you doing today, Nick?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing a lot better than I was yesterday.
Well,
So
what'd you do yesterday?
I finally took the plunge,
Where'd you go?
and in 5 years, I will be a zombie.
What are you talking about? You're talking about your COVID exam?
Time on my COVID vaccine. I believe I'll be a zombie. I'm already feeling it now.
You look a little pale in the face already.
Well, that's my skin tone.
That's
Don't be
just your
racist
skin
here.
tone. Don't be racist.
Yeah.
Okay, because you look.
You're a little white as you're close to me,
I'm
man.
a little pale. Yeah, I'm a little pasty. No, but not where it counts though.
Oh shit.
Dog, I've been listening.
I feel that.
I've been listening to some fire ass music. What kind of music have you been listening to?
I've been listening to our friend actually. Not even like trying to promote his shit on here, but that's pretty much what I've been listening to. I don't really listen to music like I once did.
Really?
Yeah, I've replaced music with audiobooks.
You disgust me.
I know. I'm like that new age millennial that like is, let's do a podcast, let's audiobook, let's go singing. Like that's what I'm starting to become. And I'm like, if you knew me back then, you don't know me now.
You're a walking meme. You're the e-boy with the e-girlfriend.
I don't have an e-girlfriend, but I wouldn't mind an e-girlfriend, yeah.
It's funny.
I wouldn't say I'm an e-boy either. I don't have black nails. You see black nails here?
You're a starter pack, dude, is what it is.
I could be a starter pack.
What is that
actually.
shirt? What's on your shirt? What is that?
Yeah, so this is, I don't know, like a Hawaiian shirt.
A Hawaiian shirt? I thought those were
Kinda
for
like
fat
a Hawaiian
people.
shirt. And then I got a denim jacket.
Uh-huh.
I got some nice little fucking navy chinos. And then just some white shoes. You fuck with the fit?
Yeah.
If you were a woman, would you come and talk to me?
It's because you look it.
What the fuck does that mean?
You just look it. Like, I don't know. What?
I look like the fuck boy? Is that?
No. I don't know.
No, I don't look like a fuck boy. Because fuck boys wear more black and darker colors.
How do you choose your outfits? Like, what's your style? What does it revolve around?
What I feel like experimenting that day. I always choose my shirt first because I like to layer things because, I'm a skinny dude. Layers look good on us. Until, like, someone hugs you and they're like, damn, you're skinny as fuck. Then you're like, that one hurt.
You get so
that one hurt. You get a little self-conscious.
Yeah, that's not the only thing that's skinny.
Well, talking about my toes?
Well, yeah. I don't.
No, but my point is, if you were a woman, would you come up and talk to me?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
he's like,
that's probably.
I thought you were going somewhere
truthfully,
else
that's probably better because I don't think women can start a conversation.
Why?
I think they're boring as fuck.
How many times has a woman walked up to you?
Respectfully.
How many times do women walk up to you and talk to you?
Not a lot, honestly. I've been told I look like a douchebag because I have what is it called? The RBF.
Resting bitch face?
Yeah, resting bitch face.
Yeah.
And then the women who have come up to talk to me, right? If they don't come aggressive, like if they don't just like, yo, like, you're really cute, like, da-da-da-da-da, what's up, basically, type shit, homie. I feel like this conversation's so boring. Like, they're like, oh, like, how are you? And you're just like, oh, what's up? I'm good. And if you don't carry the conversation for a woman, there will be no conversation.
I think, because you're the man. You need to take charge. Why would you let her take charge of the conversation? You tell her where you want to go. You tell her where you're going to take her.
Yeah.
Tell her she's going to be taken.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that
just grab her
as a man, it's your job to take charge and like protect the woman. Yeah.
You think you could protect your girl?
I think I could. Yeah.
Like, would you?
Like physically? Is that what you're informing me?
Would you get down for another man?
I would for sure get.
You would get down with a man for your girl?
Here's the thing, right? Yeah. It's like, it would depend. Like if my woman straight up got smacked in the face.
Ooh.
Have you seen that shit? Those memes where like this, if this man smacked your woman, what would you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, like first off, I don't believe in hitting a woman. So yeah, I'd get down instantly. 100%. Okay. Like there's no hesitation.
You would jump, you would heed the call.
Yeah.
You would heed the call.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, right? Like physically I don't have much going for me. But also
what makes you say that?
Well, I'm skinny. I mean in that context, like if I'm going to get physically down with a man, like let me put it this way, bro. Like a fucking girl will sit on my lap and they'll look back at me and like, oh, like I'm gonna break you, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I thought she was. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, you're not gonna break me. Like, I ain't that fucking skinny. But it's more along the lines that when it comes to like that, and I tell people like, yo, like I'll smack the shit out of this dude if he like keeps talking to me that way. And someone's like, Nick, stop. Like, you know, they're like, don't do that to yourself, right? In my head, I'm like, you're making it seem like I can't handle myself. Like, I will really smack the shit out of this dude. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Feel me?
You gotta prove. You gotta let them know.
Nah,
who the fuck is boss?
See, when I was younger, yes, it was that way, right? But then I realized over time, like, that's an ego that's in my mind that talks to me, because it's like, I always feel that people are trying to, well, not always, but the majority of the time that I'm like talking to someone, I feel like they're challenging me.
So if you're at a party and a guy's talking,
but that's
to your
also
girl,
insecurities. Like, that's my own insecurities.
If you're at a party and a guy's talking to your girl, what do you do?
I mean, I don't really give a shit anymore.
No, but what would you do now?
I'd let her talk with him. What the fuck? Like,
what would you say to him?
I'd just be like, hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, bro? He's like, hey, what's up,
like,
bro? Have you met?
What is he like, grabbing my woman? Like, what's he doing?
No,
like,
he's just talking.
They're just having a conversation.
They're just having a conversation.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
weird.
Why
would I go up to him and be like, yo, this is my lady?
What if he's like better looking than you?
And he's better looking than me. There's a lot of better looking people in the world.
I mean, like, you walk over and you can see your girl is like totally into it, and you're like, what the fuck? And
bro, then look, at the end of the day, right? It's like, people are going to do what they want to do. Two wrongs don't make a right, but it also takes two people to mingle.
I would have smacked them without even saying anything.
No, you wouldn't. You're too kind.
You don't know that because the clubs are closed in LA. I would just, if I see him talking, like, I'm just gonna walk over.
Well, one, I don't know that because the clubs are closed in LA, and two, because you don't have a woman. Two,
I have many women.
Yeah, many women.
Yeah. What I'm saying is,
so you're Hugh Hefner.
I would walk up in that bitch and I would be like, "Yo, bro." No, I would not even speak.
Yeah.
I would be like an anime character. I would come correct. I would come across the room, and I would hit him with a flying kick.
Fucking Deku head ass. All right, man.
Hit him with a fucking flying.
Hey, My Hero Academia is back today.
What happened?
My Hero Academia is back today.
I heard. I don't know what the fuck is up.
But so you would flying kick this man from across the room? I would flying kick this
man for just speaking.
Do you even have like? Can you lift your leg like that without like tearing your fucking tendon?
Bro, I will tear my jeans in half if I have to. I will drop kick this man if I see him talking to my girl in front of me.
Straight from the back.
Like if I went to the well, obviously, I would leave my girl alone. But if you
drop kick a man talking to your woman, that man's going to go into your woman. Then you're going to.
No, he's not going. I'm going to hit him at a 90 degree.
You're going to hit him at an angle.
At a 90 degree.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to do all the.
Play it out for me.
If he's this can.
Yeah.
And my girl is right here. And the bar's over here. I would just fucking drop him. And no one would say anything.
Right.
Nobody in the bar would say anything because
that's your woman.
No, because they don't want to get drop kicked either. What the fuck? After that, no, everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And no one will fuck with us. And my girl will know, like, what the fuck is up.
So how many times have you drop kicked a man in a bar?
Never
done
it before.
You just plan to one day.
If it comes to it, yes, I would have to.
That's exciting.
I'll RKO. I hope I'm there when that happens. RKO a man before I end him.
See, that's my problem, right? It's like I watch too much wrestling. So like when you say RKO, you're obviously talking about the Randy Orton move, right? But like when I think about it, I would like RKO this motherfucker into the bar top like shelf. You know what I'm saying? Like just right there. Boom. Head. Then fold down, crack the head, grab the steel chair, hit him again. I want a full TLC match.
You want a full TLC match with him?
Full TLC match.
I would end it right then and there. I would just shut it down right there. Like if I
What do you mean?
Like if I see another man walking up to my girl,
yeah,
he's not gonna make it within like speaking distance of her.
Because you're gonna like pop out his throat. Just pow.
No, I'll delete him. I'll strike him down where he stands.
Oh shit.
No, make it simple for him. Like make him regret that coming into this bar. You know what I mean?
But what if he's trying to? I don't know. Like what if he's just. It's her friend and you don't even realize it. And you just fucking drop kicked her friend now.
Her friend?
Her friend. Like, yeah, like you don't know her. She can't have friends?
She's got no dude friends. What the fuck?
This guy's toxic as shit.
No dude friends. What the fuck?
This man is toxic.
If she's got a dude, the only dude friend she has is a dog, right? Besides me, right? Because we have a puppy.
Nah, I don't agree with that, buddy.
The only fucking dog she's fucking being friends with. I don't give a hoot. I don't give a hoot. You would allow your girl to have guy friends? You savage.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Bro, the world is dangerous.
Here's the thing, right?
Don't you want to keep her protected?
What?
Don't you want to protect her?
Yeah. Don't
let her talk to other people. Literally put locks
There's
on the door.
There's some fucking crazy people out there, huh?
Yeah, there's some real crazy people out there. No, but continue. What were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I mean,
what do you know?
I made a video when I was much younger. I made a video on Facebook. If you had me on Facebook back then, if you're watching this now, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Weirdo.
But I made a video that was just like explain to men, like, yo, like, why you tripping if your lady wants to go out with her guy friend? Like, that's weird as fuck to me. Like, well, I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of homegirls, like legit women I would never touch. Don't even look at them like that. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to be friends with the different races because I get different races, different genders.
Different genders? You're just going down the list, huh?
No,
it's fine. You're progressive.
I like to be friends with different genders because you get 2 points of view. Like, you get a woman's point of view and then you get a man's point of view.
Okay.
Right.
Like Jubilee?
Yeah, like Jubilee. Yeah, exactly. Also, I love that YouTube channel.
That show is trash.
Nah, that...
No cap. That show is trash.
What show?
Jubilee. That channel.
The YouTube shit?
Yeah.
No, that shit is
trash.
Good.
You watch Jubilee? You probably get your news from Jubilee.
But I'm a very emotional dude, bro.
Me too.
You feel me? No, you're not. Shut the fuck up.
What?
Talking about, I'll drop cock.
You see?
Drop kick this motherfucker.
Okay, what were you saying? I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off. What?
Holy shit. That was weird. No, but
Why?
You're fucking with my head, man. Look,
I'm fucking with your head?
Here's the point,
you sound
right?
like a female. You're fucking with my head.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm joking.
I think that you can be friends with the different genders. Like, why would you not be able to be friends with them? If you're in a relationship.
Are you friends with any transgenders?
No, but I've actually, like, or at least not that anyone that I know. Maybe like a secret trans.
So you one of your friends is a secret trans?
Maybe. I don't actually know.
Why'd you ask
I'm just saying because it's more of like, you know, when they feel comfortable, maybe they'll say it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know, so whenever you're ready.
Oh.
You walked yourself into that.
That was fun. You see, that's what you're supposed to do. I give you softballs, and you got
exactly.
You gotta, all right, don't be.
Anyways.
Fucking. So you. Stop the hate.
Stop the hate.
Stop the hate.
What hate are we referring to?
Do you have any Asian friends?
I have one, but I haven't talked to him in 2 years.
Where's he from? Oh, you haven't talked to him in 2 years?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in 2 years. He's from K-Town.
He's from K-Town.
He's from K-Town. He lives in Los Angeles, but he's from K-Town.
Okay, and what kind of Asian is he?
He's Korean.
He's Korean? Oh, because he's from K-Town, he's got to be Korean?
No. I knew that's what you were thinking.
That's why I was like, don't do it. Realize that. No,
yeah.
But I mean, what are we really talking about here? I mean, because like...
So we're talking about stop the hate, right? So you're asking if they're Asian. Are you about to get into this whole movement of stop Asian violence, stop Asian hate?
How do we have an adult conversation, right, about this? Like, we're gonna have fun. Like,
we look at it from both sides.
Yeah, we look at it from both sides. Like, we're trying to.
Is it fact or fiction? How about that?
It's fact that there is, targeted harassment to certain ethnicities.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Agreed.
It's no cap.
None.
It's no cap. And it's like, how do we talk about a subject without touching on every edge of it, right? And trying to maintain, a level perspective about it. Like, what happened is a tragedy, that's, we're not disputing that. Like, people died still. So,
rest in peace. I mean, I don't know him, but,
right?
that would suck to just die on.
In America?
Yeah. In general.
Yeah, in America. Yeah, dying would suck.
Dying would suck.
Dying would suck. It would fucking suck. I would hate to die early.
Well.
No.
No, I want to go.
No.
I want to go before my brain deteriorates.
You're distracting me.
You're distracting yourself.
What I was saying was that I heard this interesting point, and it's like, well, for one thing, like in America, Asian Americans are at the top of the socioeconomic status, above white people.
Okay.
You know, and I think they might be the majority.
Probably.
Right. And here's the thing, like, we have all these programs and stuff that help certain ethnicities get into college.
Yes.
And, you know, there's been cases where usually one ethnicity is favored over the other in terms of acceptance and shit
that
like
is very true.
And we're talking about America right now, right?
Yeah.
Like if we were to, okay, I disagree. I was on Twitter, right? And God, like there's something about Twitter, man, that I don't like at all. And it's the fact that you can't really write anything out because you're I hate saying that you're like stuck with only these certain amount of characters.
Okay, yeah,
but you're
that's
really,
what I thought you were
really
going
are in a sense because you can't get a full thought out, right?
Well, I mean, you can. You are stuck with a certain amount of characters, and then you have to just
like,
keep adding on. You have to like make a thread of what you're trying to say.
Or yeah, like when it goes past that limit, it tells you, oh, you can't write any more characters. It throws me off. I mean, I don't do that. I don't write I can't do that. I don't know why. I don't know how people write these tweets out.
I feel you on that.
I read tweets and I get it. I'm like, yo, this is just like we're just chirping.
Right. And then you have people actually getting into arguments. Okay. Like full-blown arguments over this.
How do you do
I don't know how you get into an argument with someone you don't fucking know.
I'll tell you how. When you're sitting, you're chilling at home.
Yeah.
You're on your phone and you're just easily influenced. It's kind of like when you're in a vehicle and you're moving and like it's easy to get angry.
Yeah, I agree.
Like this person, you know, I saw all these Twitter posts about their Asian experiences they've had as, you know, where they've encountered harassment.
Correct.
Or some kind of, you know, inappropriate actions or malevolent stuff.
I mean, especially right now.
Yeah. And I saw this guy write about it, and he said that we've taken steps back, and I said I disagreed. I said I disagreed that we took steps back. Actually, you know what? Because I tweeted about it. It's public. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
I said Randall Park seems to be doing fine after his long tweet. Randall Park is that Asian comedian. He was in Crazy Rich Asians, I think, and then that other one, Please Be My Maybe or something.
Right.
With Ali Wong.
Yeah. I know.
I haven't seen any of those movies. I'm just not interested in that.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't watch it yet.
You know, what I was trying to say with that, because he commented, he's like, I don't know what you're trying to insinuate with that comment.
Commented to you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Right. I knew what I was doing when I said that. I was like,
you're trying to get him to watch our show.
I don't know. I said that and like, I said that because I was like, man, like, I don't understand. Like there's something else going on besides what we think is just this ethnic hate towards one group of people.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to make a joke here, people. I heard someone say, you know, the pandemic is over when the mass shootings are back.
Right. I saw that too.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's funny.
Because, yeah, I think that's funny.
You know,
it's good dark humor. I mean,
yeah, like, come on. I mean, not come on, but hey, look,
But people were outraged by it. Is that what you're about to tell me?
Not the tweet. In the sense that, like, you know, America, maybe we have this identity crisis, right? Where, you know, you live certain lifestyles like that. Those starter pack memes, right? Like the way we communicate with each other, like who's your influence? Like, how do you act? Like, what are you?
Right.
Like, are you the white Nick, right?
Yeah.
Am I the Mexican or the Mexican American David?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was younger, I felt like the idea of being Chicano kind of was pushed onto me, but I didn't really get it. I wasn't really like cultured in that sense.
Yeah.
So like, what am I? What's my identity as a man here? Like, first, like that in that sense.
Right.
And for Asian American or like Black Americans, like where do they fall? Like, what kind of life do they live? Right.
Yeah.
What is that? Like if you grew up with kicking it with like Indians or Asians, like maybe you'd be that. Or if you
I mean, I think your environment creates your identity regardless. So, yeah, to a certain extent, I believe that because you were forced Chicano pride onto yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, you still have that to this day, no?
No, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm kind of like I'm a little bit older. I'm a little bit wiser about the way I think of myself and my culture.
All right.
And like, I'm like, okay, so like I try to reflect on what's happening now. And I sent you that video by The Hill, right? It's if you guys haven't heard of The Hill, they're this bipartisan, anti-establishment, really good news. Like they do their job. It's hosted by, Crystal and Sagar. She is a like a Democrat, and then he's like a conservative.
Oh, interesting.
And they work together.
Yeah,
they work together, and they dismantle every story you don't see about DC. Tons of stuff. Like, we could totally get into that.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, we're talking about. They were talking about the Asian hate.
Yeah.
The anti-Asian hate and the movement behind it and what's really happening.
Right.
And how they kind of sum up. They talked to somebody who wrote an op-ed on it regarding, that we have seen like a sort of anti-sentiment behavior towards Asian Americans.
Correct. Because
of Trump.
Yeah.
That did influence some people to like point the finger at China, you know.
I mean, well, that's what Trump did so brilliantly, was that anytime he was in a pickle, right, he forced not everyone, but he forced his followers to believe like they are the reason why we're in this situation. When in reality, America's the reason we're in our situation.
Sorry, I lost you. What are you saying?
What do you mean? I'm just saying, like Trump had a lot of influence.
Oh, yeah, Trump had a lot of influence. And
because he had a lot of influence, he was able to push people a certain direction.
Right.
Which created a huge narrative for hate in general.
Yeah, so they go on to talk about how, there have been, like, a lot of this happens in areas where, like, you got San Francisco, some of the more bigger Asian populations. You've got San Francisco, you got Los Angeles, Chicago, like the big cities, right? And they were talking about this identity thing. It's like, you come to America, like, how do they assimilate into the culture? Do they just act Chinese or Indian or Russian or whatever it may be?
No, I mean, I think you keep a lot of the traditions that you take from where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I think also to a certain extent, like, yeah, you start to become your environment. So wherever they're immigrating from, right? Like, they have a certain job there. Yeah. They know what they're doing, all that shit. And they know the community. Yeah. That's one of the biggest things, right?
Yeah.
When people emigrate here, they usually come in communities, or they come to a community that they know, right? So when they come, it's a lot easier for them to understand that they still need their traditions, but they also, I'm not saying they need to adapt to our traditions, but sometimes it just becomes easier if you adapt to the traditions here as well.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. It does make sense because, like, for me, I kind of grew up kind of just with Hispanics and Latinos. With a lot of the time, that's who I kicked it with. Throughout school, I made all kinds of friends, right, of all different ethnicities. Well, when I met somebody who was of a different ethnicity.
Correct.
But, it goes back to, like, this idea, like, are we, like, hating each other on what level? Because, like, outside of the United States, like, some Chinese people don't even are really racist against black people.
Yeah.
Right. Certain
very.
Asians are very racist against it. And
Mexicans
some of them are racist
as well.
Against their own.
It's just like Mexicans to blacks as well.
It can be, yeah. And like, there's this like
we have a problem of racism.
Totally outside of like the United States, there's a different level of like of racism. I saw this being brought up, like the whole Uyghur thing. the Uyghur Muslims, the ones being held in concentration camps in Xinjiang,
right,
in China. Like, that was the argument. It was against the one of the anti-Asian hate. Like, why are we trying to stop anti-Asian hate when people pointing the finger at China for the human rights things that they do? I mean, they're breaking all kinds of human rights laws.
Yeah, all the time.
So are we. Like, we're breaking, like, you know, with the thing happening in Yemen, the genocide in Yemen, right? Yep. They're literally starving the people there, right? Yeah. There's an embargo on that. It's crazy. We fund Saudi Arabia to give guns to the people that to their army that goes into the Yemen territories.
Yep.
Right. Crazy to me.
I mean, it's business at the end of the day.
Right. Like, that's what the senators say. They're like, think about the jobs. Yeah. That's what they say. Like, war is business. Like,
it's what it is.
Like, we've been in this war for 22 years now, or 20 something years. Yeah.
I don't know the actual number, but
it's about 20 now. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, and then we have things, and then there's this culture war right here in America, like, that people default to, like the potato head thing. That's a culture war issue. Like what are we fighting about? Why aren't our representatives doing a better job of? Is it maybe just like a product of our democracy that we move slow, even though that there are some people who like?
I mean, it could be, but it's also for the longest, right? Like, we have pushed different agendas to try and change a lot of our constitution, and we just
amending it.
We just haven't done it. You know, so is that a reason why democracy is so fucked?
If you could wave a magic wand, how would you fix this? Like,
the hate?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a quote from my my mentor.
Okay.
Just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Being a better person.
Being a better person. Giving love at every moment that you can. Love does
work a lot, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think people take for granted, like, physical affection.
Yeah.
You know, like, when you are really low.
Yeah.
And someone hugs you, like, it can bring out so many emotions in you.
Yeah.
But it's got to be like a real hug, not like a, oh, hey, like, yo, it's good.
Well, you do get a release of endorphins when you are in a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want so you think we could solve the hate with love?
I do.
Or don't be a dick. Okay, I
believe we can. I think that the hippies had it right. Peace, love, happiness. Straight up.
Nah.
But I also, you know,
I don't think
my mom's kind of a hippie, so I've kind of had that implanted in my mind. But I believe it. I really do.
Yeah, there's to some extent love does fix most things, if not all things, in the end.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think when you love someone genuinely, right?
Okay.
That means you're able to forgive them for pretty much everything. It means that you accept who they are, what they love, what they do, all that shit.
Yeah.
It just means at the end of the day that you feel comfortable enough with them, like, in your environment, that you want to keep them in your environment. And that in times of...
How do you do that with all these Asian people? How do you love all of them at the same time?
How do you love them all? I mean, I think love has to come within the community
what
first.
What do they call them? Reparations? Should we give Asian Americans reparations for what we did to them?
I think we should give everyone reparations.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Why everyone?
Why not everyone?
I don't know. Who?
I mean, I'm not saying all lives matter. It's not like that.
I mean, do they not?
No, I mean, it's going in that direction.
Well,
but
what
I'm
saying...
fully,
okay, well,
like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying everyone has been through some type of suffering, some type of trauma. Like, if we could all get reparations, life would be a lot easier. The socioeconomic world would not be as bad.
Yeah, but...
you don't like that,
There's a level of happiness money can buy, but I don't know if that would fix the hate. Or
some people seem to believe that it would.
Like,
I think hate comes from the inside first.
Define hate.
Define hate?
Well, because like a hate crime is like when your intent is to like, what is it? Like, you're supposed to, you're using race and like their ethnicity against them or something.
Yeah.
Right. In a demeaning manner or some shit.
Right.
While you commit a crime.
Right.
Like where, like they're not considering what the guy did a hate crime.
No, I know. Yeah. They're calling it more of a misogynistic crime, right? Something like that.
Because it's like, I mean, apparently those parlors were, they were running prostitution out of them.
Okay.
Like apparently that's where you could go and get, a hand job or something.
Yeah. What do they call it? Happy ending?
A happy ending. Yeah. That's where you could go and get a happy ending. And like some people, I saw someone bring up this point.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this conversation at? Is it about the sex workers? Violence against sex workers? Is it about
someone's got to be really triggered to kill someone for sex work. Like, super triggered.
Male virginity is going up.
Like, pricing wise, what do you...
No, as in like there are less young men having sex.
Wow.
Yes. It's an actual thing. And it sucks for the future generations because they're not gonna their genetics will probably pass on and they'll be infertile. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean they will eventually have
these involuntary
sex.
celibates.
What's up?
An incel? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
An involuntary celibate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know because you're an incel.
I'm an incel.
Yeah, but no, that's like the thing, like that. This quarantine, this pandemic, like has changed the behavior of many young men, and like they're just not getting laid.
Well, I think that's for a number of reasons.
And I'm not saying that this guy did this in a sexually frustrated rage. Like I don't know why this man murdered.
It's a possibility.
They say it was sexually motivated, like, and the dude, look.
Maybe he was on like rock's edge, right? Like let's say this scenario, right? Like maybe this man had no money, right? He was super sexually, because you got to pay for a happy ending. You would have to pay.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you pay.
Yeah, you would have to pay, right?
I wouldn't pay.
So if they're running like a prostitution ring,
yeah,
and he's thinking like,
sorry, no, they're not running a prostitution ring. Like that's where you go and get a happy ending. But I don't know. I don't want to say prostitution ring because that we might get that.
No, but essentially they are prostitution ring. There was actually a story that developed out of San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
That there was a whole sex trafficking ring. And when they
talked I did hear about that.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, it's
from a whole family, bro.
It's crazy.
Whole fucking, like, how fucked up business, in the head, bro, you have to be. But anyways, they were saying in the article that they were bringing women from Mexico.
Yeah.
And they weren't like doing like sex, right? But they were doing sexual acts.
Okay.
So they called it a sex trafficking ring, but in the article they also called it prostitution.
Yeah.
So that's when I say prostitution, that's like how I look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, man. So it's crazy, like that's what this is. Like we have this guy who is like he's thinking to himself like, man, like I'm fucking pissed. Like if I can't have a happy ending, nobody can have a happy ending. That's what this guy said. Like
sadly, yeah.
Like and what
you know what they're gonna.
Apparently he bought the gun legally.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently he bought it legally in the state. They like interviewed the shop where he bought it from, and like they said that they did everything they did.
That just seemed perfectly normal, basically.
Yeah. So, and everyone assumed it was a white man, right away.
Was he not a white man? I could have sworn he was a white man.
No, he's a Syrian immigrant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he looks white.
Yeah. They look.
Skin tone wise.
Okay. Skin tone wise. There's a lot of like speculation going around that the man's photos have been like overexposed as in like the light is exposing him enough to make his skin tone look much lighter than it really is.
I mean, that's the thing. They do
they're
that.
They're playing all over with this. Like there's like will we find out why he did this? Probably not. Like why he really did this.
Yeah.
He's gonna go to jail. Obviously, he's gonna rot in jail. Like
as he should.
I'm not trying to minimize.
He took lives.
Yeah, I'm not trying to minimize what he did to these 8 people, 6 Korean women. Like they're, if we just, instead of hating,
just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. No, I mean, it's because it's like.
No, you look.
After like 9/11, it was like this Islamophobia.
Right.
Right. Like this idea that like, oh shit, like, we could be attacked at any time. And now it's like we're.
Yeah, but how fucked is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was, fuck, I forget the number, but it was like 3 or 4, 5, 6 people that took over the plane. That crashed into 9/11, some shit like that.
What about it?
Yeah, like, they fucked it.
What do you
for every person that
Where are you going with this?
Wore a turban or something. Like,
what?
I'm saying, like, people. No, for real. Like, people.
I'm listening.
When 9/11 happened, right?
Okay.
TSA became so much more serious. Like, before that, you were able to transport drugs. I don't think there was a TSA
before that. Was there?
I think that actually might have created TSA. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think that created TSA. Look, yeah. So the idea that we like stereotyped.
Yeah, that's look. We just stereotyped too
Middle
much.
Eastern people,
and if we wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, and like when people make jokes about it, I've heard Patrice O'Neal make some fire ass jokes. Dave Chappelle makes some fire ass jokes on the Chappelle show. He makes fun of everybody. He goes after everybody. I kind of want to be a stand-up comedian.
But the best humor comes from the best trauma as well. So.
Oh, so I know you're saying 9/11 was funny. I know.
I'm not saying 9/11 was funny. I'm just saying that, like, when you look at the best humor, it usually comes from the best trauma that someone endures, because that's how they cope with it.
Yeah, no, there was this elderly woman who was attacked in the street in San Francisco. She was like in her mid 70s, and she beat the fuck out of the other guy with a stick. She hit him with the 1-2 kung fu, bro. That shit was crazy. But no, I mean, she did suffer like severe like injuries.
Yeah.
To her, but I was like more happy that she beat his ass, right?
As she
like
should.
She defended herself. It also surprised me that nobody came to help her like immediately. Like,
it's a bystander effect.
It's fucking it's like, can you imagine? Okay, well, look, I know that during the pandemic, shit's different now. Everybody's behavior is like, oh shit, if I touch you, I might get it or something.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You're trying not to get sick, no big deal.
Right.
But like in a case of an emergency, I think like that supersedes everything else, right? Because I'm not afraid of catching the flu if this person is like needs help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I know I said the flu. All right, relax. All right, I'm not trying to minimize it. All right, shut your ass up.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a bystander effect.
Yes.
Have you ever been in that situation where you had the bystander effect? Like, truthfully.
No, I don't think so. I've heard the saying though. It's like if you see someone getting beat up, you're just as responsible.
No, I mean, yeah, but it's also more of like...
Because you can shift the blame, like if you're standing in a crowd of 100 people. Because you'll be like, oh, well, no, I mean, he was there also.
The bystander effect is someone else will do something. So you're just sitting there stuck, like, okay, like, what's going to happen here?
Okay.
And then by that time, it's probably over, right?
Okay.
So the bystander effect would be like, if you're at your homie's house, and him and his woman are arguing, there's like a bunch of TikToks on this. Right?
Oh, God. I told you get your shit from TikTok.
No, I'm not getting my shit from TikTok. Suck a dick.
I love it.
The fucking point is,
I'm gonna download
that if someone,
fucking TikTok,
if someone saw that, right, they're arguing and like your man smacks the shit out of his woman, and you're like with your other friend, like you would both look at each other like, oh shit, like who's gonna go like help right now, right? But you're also both going to look at each other like, do we get involved? That's basically the bystander effect. Should you get involved? Right? And then...
Is it any of your business?
No, not as it. It's just more like, should you get involved? Because there's so many cases, right? Like people that did get involved.
And they get shot.
With the bystander effect. And they put themselves in a victim situation where they get shot, or they literally get their life destroyed because the person's like, yo, I'm suing you financially for touching me.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it does happen. Yeah, you're right. It does happen.
And it's a shame because it shouldn't be like that. Like, it should be the case where if it's an emergency... Yeah. Like, yeah, fuck everything. Like, go help that person. But not everyone's like that. And I kind of realized that I'm like that in certain situations. But the other day, there was a car crash outside of my my apartment building. Like, on the busy street, right? Fucking wild. So me and my brother are talking, we're chatting it up, just talking about some nonsense, and we hear the collision, and I'm like, holy shit, that was loud. So I go outside, and I see that there's a car crash, and all I hear is my brother just fucking boom up the stairs, grab a first aid kit, and just runs back down. And he was on the scene like right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's trained for that, essentially. So he, in his mind, he was like, this is what I know, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure the situation's okay, all that. So we got to the car crash, and he asked them. And in my mind, I was like, holy shit, like, I'm going into the medical field, but I didn't even react like that. I was just like, oh, it's not my business. Like, straight up, I was like, someone else will call the police. Someone else will help. No, it's wild, right? But with that being said, too, I'm not a trained professional. Like, I'm not an actual nurse. So if I would have tried to do something,
you're not allowed to, because you could lose it. Even if you had a license, you can't, because you would lose it.
Yeah, you can lose it for not reacting like that. And for me, like, that was, I wouldn't say a wake up call, but it was like, holy shit, like, that's kind of crazy.
The way to mitigate this is to train children. You know, we have to send them to war, and as medics.
What the fuck?
As medics, so that they can learn how to take care of each other, right? Like they do in those animes where they send off the youngest recruits off to battle.
Yeah, but this is not like Attack on Titan. We're not trying to make like a warrior class.
Well, children need to be stronger, like the Spartans, right? With the way they train their children. We need to.
But you also have to understand in those days and age, right? Like people didn't live past 30. So yeah,
you don't
of course
live past
you're
your prime. That's great.
Young.
You know, you live your life as best you can, and then you live your life to your fullest. You have kids. By the time you're 25, they grow up to be 5. They see you die.
Right, but that's my point, right? Is like children were going to war at like 13, 14 years old. And I mean, even nowadays in like Civil War Africa, it's like that as well.
Yeah, we should go back to that.
No.
Make it easier on everybody.
What the fuck?
It'd be like daycare, you know, you just send them off to the military.
I honestly believe we shouldn't be able to enroll into the military until we're 21 or 25.
Same thing with voting. I do agree. I believe that we should be 21 when we vote.
I do agree with that, actually. Yeah,
25 or something. 26.
Yeah,
like, there's some dumbass people, some headassery. I swear to God. Like, I get.
Yeah. What was Harambe's percentage?
Harambe?
Yeah, Harambe.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Harambe.
I think it was like 7%.
What about
people voted for Harambe during the fucking election. Like, it's just dumb shit like that. Like, that pisses me off so much.
Matt, can I ask who you voted for?
I'd rather not say.
But you voted?
I did vote.
Okay, yeah. No, I didn't vote. For good reason too.
You didn't do your research?
No, I did my research.
Why didn't you vote?
I didn't want to.
Huh.
I didn't want to.
Okay.
I voted every other year, but I don't want to. I didn't want to.
I didn't want to vote. I didn't want to vote, but as I've gotten older, I've learned voting is important.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
My sister railed that shit into my mind when I was younger, and I was always like, yeah.
She brainwashed you.
She did brainwash me. Yeah. She got me into politics, too. I love politics now. It's fucked up.
Yeah,
I'm literally getting older as the days go on.
You just have to be careful. Like, because
I agree with
you don't want to fall into this, like, identity politics trap.
Oh, no. No, I'm not biased when it comes to my information. Like, I go to every single...
Where do you check your news? Audiobooks?
No,
TikTok?
Truthfully, I prefer to listen to BBC.
Jeremy Fragrance?
I like the BBC.
You like BBC?
Love the BBC.
I'm sure you like BBC. I
walked into that one.
There's a couple of good shows on the network. Sherlock Holmes, fucking Corrupt FM. I mean, people just do nothing. That show is funny. Yeah. Yeah, but no, dude, like this whole Asian hate thing, man, like it is real. It's I think like I thought like we'd be walking towards a more progressive future where like we're not necessarily pointing out that this act was a hate crime, but it was more of like an act of murder, right? Like, and the fact that, you know, there were sex workers involved, and maybe there's a way to mitigate sex work like risks if they had more rights. Because like being a sex worker, for example, like you're not allowed to have a bank account,
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have certain. You don't get certain, privileges because they just don't think like your career is anything like that.
Well, it's not legal here, but in certain places it is.
That's another thing too.
They're fine when it comes to those type of things.
Yeah, so that just goes to show you, it's like, damn, like, being a sex worker, your rights are limited because it's illegal, and you're not necessarily able to. I mean, you can.
Are you thinking about becoming a sex worker?
Well, nah.
I wouldn't mind. I would do it.
You should do it before it's too late.
I mean, I don't think it'll ever become too late. Like, you can always like reinvent yourself.
Yeah, I would get casted for like the daddy roles. Let's look, it's stepdad.
Right.
Stepdad just got home from work. He's tired, needs a back massage.
There it is.
Needs a foot massage, He needs a drink too.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So talking about progressive future, right? Can we talk about how Biden fired a lot of his staff?
Oh, yes, bro. What the fuck is up with this guy?
Wild.
Bro, so Joe Biden fired all White House staff that has previous marijuana use.
Yes.
Now, apparently, they were told that, you could be honest with the administration.
Yeah, that it would be fine.
And you would be fine.
Yeah.
That apparently wasn't the case. It could have been some miscommunication, but this makes no sense to me. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Kamala Harris has, on record, been caught laughing and smoking. I don't know if she's been caught smoking, but,
she had a high laugh.
She's been on record saying, she's smoked pot in the past, right?
Yeah.
And for all the people she's put in jail for smoking pot, it's like, what the fuck? What a fucking hypocrite.
It's very hypocritical.
And then Barack Obama. He admitted to doing cocaine and smoking weed. And maybe something else. And other stuff.
That was back in college, correct? At Columbia?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Occidental. He went to Occidental.
He didn't go to Columbia?
I think after. And then he went to Harvard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, what the fuck is this policy about?
Right.
Like, why? And so the idea is that Joe Biden is this anti-drug warrior. He's an anti-drug warrior. He is against drugs because he grew up in the era on the war against drugs.
So that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And it's like, what is this hypocrisy of like, Trump left marijuana up to the states, which is, I think, how it should be. It's fine if the states, can legalize it. It being illegal at a federal level for now, I think, is one of the most and easiest ideas and most progressive, right, for us to just accomplish. But even being on the cusp of that, motherfuckers still complain that there's like that interest groups, right?
Okay.
That are against this are lobbying to make sure that marijuana doesn't become federally legal.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I definitely believe that.
What's your take on it?
I don't think that's a smart move.
What Joe Biden did, firing people in his administration that smoked weed
previously. So I thought a lot about it, right? And I was like, I feel like if he tested, and there was a drug test and like then there was marijuana use found inside, I guess that's like kind of reason. What I would do is I would have a conversation with the person and be like, yo, like, how often do you do it? That's the first thing I would ask.
But your job shouldn't have to ask you that.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just like, for me personally, I don't know, like, I wouldn't say a problem, but I believe that when you are in your working environment, you should not be intoxicated or high. Personally, I believe that. Not everybody does, and that's fine.
Yeah, there's, a level of responsibility. Like, if you can come to work, like if you get your work done, it could be argued that like it depends the kind of job it is, right? Because
I agree with that.
If you're an independent worker and like, well, okay, now let's cross this line where it's like, marijuana might not be okay in the White House, but what other shit are they doing? What kind of shit does Joe Biden have to take for him to just keep his attention span, on at all times? Because it's true, like you can't play around it that he's old and it's fine. He's in cognitive decline. It's proven that the older you get, your
the more your brain deteriorates. Yeah.
It's nothing to be surprised about, and it's like, why doesn't he lean into the woe is me old man president? Like, yo, like, I'm at the end of my lifespan. Realistically speaking, we're realistically speaking.
Yeah, realistically speaking.
Yeah, like, we're not trying to bag on Sleepy Joe.
Unless he's a lizard man.
Well, then he can just shed his skin and go back to Mars, like fucking did. But then you got Kamala, right? Like the creepiest first lady I've ever seen.
Yeah, she has a weird aura about
fake,
her,
bro. She'd be looking.
She has
like,
a really weird.
She looks like
her.
She looks like the type of person to smoke weed with you and then call the cops on you. Yeah, say, oh, what the fuck, like the cops.
Yeah, she does look like she's got like just shit messed up here.
Yeah, like she looks like she'll like turn on you.
Yeah.
Like she looks like she'll like, set you up or something.
Yeah, she's got that scandalous
how to get away with murder type look. No cap. Bro,
essentially.
So I don't know, like Mans is 85.
And why
like,
are you saying it Mans? You British? Mans. What's your British accent? Let me hear it real quick.
I don't have a good British accent.
Oh, I gotta hear it.
I mate. I
Mans is 85.
Oi.
I'm never doing that
in
again. Yeah.
In it. Like
in it. All right.
TL no, it's thinking out. No. I don't know how to bend my words around the British.
Okay, so yeah, he's from the older generation. So you think that it's wrong that he was just like, yo, I'm firing everybody that's smoked marijuana, even though, right? And we've talked about this a couple of times.
Okay. Look, man, like it's an adult decision, right? And I get if your job requires you not to smoke, but if it's past use.
Yeah, see, that's what did make me feel uneasy, especially when he assured them that it would be fine.
Kamala's used in the past, Obama.
But you can't fire the vice president.
You can't fire the vice president?
Yeah.
Why can't you? Why can't you can't fire the vice president? Why can't you?
You can't fire the vice president.
I would have told her to get
because if he goes, she's got to take over.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of happening. I'm afraid she's gonna do the whole Macbeth thing and like slip him. Is it Macbeth Hamilton, where she like kills the brother or something? They kill him off. Like they literally programmed this man. Like they gotta give him enough.
Fuck, that would be wild.
Sudafed is what they probably give him. Like they gotta give him.
You think it's gonna be a coup, an inside coup?
No. I think
that's basically an inside coup.
Bro,
what do you mean? No.
Bro, like why don't we have other choices? Where is everybody at? Why are you guys not running for president?
We don't have other choices because, well, one, you have to be a likable character to get picked as president, bro.
You gotta be good looking.
You gotta be a very likable character.
Yeah. They have to allow
you have to get sponsorships, right? You have to get money from people for your campaign, and the bigger your campaign, the more chance you have of winning.
Yeah,
it's just a fact.
Look
at Trump. Look what he pulled off. Like, legitimately, look what he pulled off. Yeah, he's a
populist. Yeah, he's a populist. He's got all these people.
He did that shit. Like,
he ran.
Bro, when he won, I went to bed before he won. And I just told myself, I was like, tomorrow morning, Hillary fucking Clinton will be president.
Mm-hmm. Your boo?
Yeah, I love that Bob shit. You like that shit? No. But I went to bed. And when I woke up, when I tell you, I sat in bed for 5 minutes in an existential crisis. I was like, no way, this motherfucker Trump just won. Like, he actually won.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't believe it. But when you look at the logistics of what he did.
He played his cards right.
You got to honor that. Like, as a strategist, as like someone, as a strategist. You have to honor that.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. Like,
Joe, you can hate me for that. I don't give a shit.
Joe needs to step it up.
How would Joe step it up? He gave us money.
Not enough.
He did that, right?
Not enough.
Yeah, but how much money did Trump give us?
$2,000.
Did he? Yes. I didn't receive that last $600.
That was not from him.
Well, who was that from?
Joe.
No.
Well, the administration was in the change.
No, because Joe just went into office sometime before that.
It was still 20. It was still $2,000. It's been a year, man, since the pandemic and like the quarantine started.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
A solid fucking year. Weird.
Bro, I was in downtown the other day.
All
I saw was for lease.
Bro, how the hell is anything coming back?
We might go through 08 all over.
Dude,
the stock market crashes like every day, bro.
There's something in me that is excited as fuck.
Yeah.
For LA to just go like this. Cause like we're young. We're gonna like live through the renaissance of like LA being back to where it once was without all these ridiculous people that used to live here. Right? All those people left. We'll get back.
Yeah.
We'll be living it up, spending our Bitcoin, our Ethereum.
Ethereum for sure. I sold my Bitcoin.
You shouldn't have sold it.
I didn't have a lot. I didn't have like a fucking 55 grand Bitcoin.
Just hang on to it.
You think it's going to reach 100K?
It's not about it reaching 100K anymore. It's about what it means, Bitcoin. It's about what it's going to be in the future and what it's going to be doing for the rest of humanity. Blockchain technology.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, every big company is adapting it. So
yes,
I think it is a really smart decision to invest.
You're going to see some big banks say that they've converted most of their wealth into Bitcoin.
PayPal recently.
Correct. Because Elon Musk is one of the guys who used to run PayPal. You know, you gotta look at the writing on the wall. We're in an era of like.
I wish I could just pick his brain.
Elon?
Yeah.
Easy. Just watch him on Joe Rogan.
No, like.
Seriously, there's tons of videos about him out there.
No, I wish I could literally sit there with him and pick his brain as to like.
What do you want to know?
How he got to. Why he did what he did. Like why he believed in Nikola Tesla so much.
He says that...
I don't know. It's just fascinating. It really is.
Dude,
like,
okay, so I think it's like...
That man must have visited him in his dreams or some shit.
No, he's... I think like this motherfucker gets... Einstein once said that he used to have this little voice who would give him ideas. And that's how he came up with the theory of relativity. I get the feeling that Elon is just on another level of genius.
Yeah.
One that we don't get very often. And I think that's just it.
I think he's just one of the supreme aliens.
Yeah. Or like he's from the future. That or I believe he's from the future.
Amazing.
Yeah, man, the dude has a lot of great ideas that I think people who write him off as like a con man and stuff.
Right.
I think we need people like that. People who are like skeptical. Because when things go right, it's nice to see a skeptic who can change their mind.
Yeah,
or like too many times do we like discredit people for what they say, and then when they change their mind, we're like, oh, so all of a sudden now you're thinking differently. It's like you should. Yeah. Like I think that's healthy, right? We should be allowed to be wrong in the attempt to eventually learn how to be, a better person or be right.
Yeah.
I think Elon Musk, his intentions with like electric vehicles, like what he's doing, it's not to like make money. I think yes, it is a business. I think that's like the most logical answer.
Right.
And he's an engineer. He's an engineer, right? He's a mechanical engineer also, I think.
Yeah.
And that's his field of study. Like that's his practice. So his brain, I'm sure, works like, okay, he sees this pen, but he doesn't just see it as a pen, right? He sees it as everything else that makes the pen, the ink, the plastic, the mechanism that makes the plastic. Like I'm sure that's how he looks at it. And he's like, oh, well, I bet I could make Tesla pens.
But see, here's the thing: is like. I've never looked at anything like that. I don't think you have either. So like, we don't really know if that's what he looks at it like.
I think that's how certain directors and stuff look at things. When you're a movie maker and a filmmaker, you look at a movie and you're like, oh, I like how they did that.
Yeah, like, you're like the cinematography behind it.
You're like thinking to yourself like, oh, the way they broke that down, the way they shot that, like they don't just see a film. They're watching a film and they're kind of figuring, like their brain is just, they can't turn it off.
Right.
And I think that's what Elon Musk says happens to him. He just can't turn it off.
Sounds like you should write
what
a script, a movie. Sounds like you should really get into directing.
I'm working on a mockumentary, something you guys will eventually get a taste of.
Okay.
And
that's good.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have even more fun.
I love to hear it.
Yeah, so that's just how Elon, I think, works his brain. Well, that's what I've heard him say personally, not in front of me, but the conversations he's had, where they get in depth, and Joe is really asking him, like, "Hey, man, like, how do you find time to do all this?" he's just like, well, I just do. Like, I just do it.
Yeah,
like,
just do it.
Sleep. I wake up, and
I think that's a wrap for today's episode.
Yeah. No. We'll definitely we're gonna wrap it up
really
here.
Fucking cool.
Ooh,
yeah.
Who?
No. I was just saying, like, obviously the Nike slogan is just do it.
Just do it.
So it's not really like sounding cool, but it really is something that, like, when you have trouble getting out of bed, if you just push your body to wake up, your day actually starts.
Just do it.
You know what I mean? Just do it.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to Thinking Out Loud. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.